TV or I don't like you.
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite.
Hey man, this is Knox TV. You know what I'm saying? Knock that shit out the park, goddammit. That's what we doing at U.P.K. Always subscribe to this joint. Waiting on my interview, man. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. We're gonna put it together, you know what I mean? From Milwaukee, Chicago, Detroit, the whole Midwest, knocking it down. What up, Knock? What up, Commander General YAHANNA? What up, General Muhammad? I'll run them all down, man. You know what I mean? All the way down to the floor. Knock. Hey man, this is Knox TV.
Officer Yashima 500. We here in Pittsburgh with Knox TV, you know what I'm saying, overlooking what's they call it, the skylight, sky view, when the view of the city, which is, they say 30 buildings out here, but it's like 5. Just giving a shout out to Knox TV.
And get set up for the coins and get gunned down, man down. Shit to the time, get them no. But I see the solid and I show her. She can never get a priest holding. You're a dirt ass, rust ass neck bitch with a fake ass jury. In Tennessee while I'm touring. It's a Tennessee, but she luring. And that sucker duck bitch ass boy fuck nigga over that bit muggin'. I say, if that nigga won't walk,
we here back again with the man himself, the captain himself. If I could, sir, could you tell people who you are, where you from?
Freezing Captain 10,000 Sakawar.
U.P.K too solid, Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, hood.
I'm in Memphis, Tennessee, by way of Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. You may know me as Chief Sock G, you know what I'm saying, Angry Black Man Media, and other places.
What's high crazy? Alright, sir, so if you could, first off, alright, so you said by way of DC, by way of Philly, and Memphis, you know what I'm saying, Tennessee. So could you tell people like the journey, like moving from DC to Philly to Memphis, what was really the driving force to make you go through all three cities?
For sure, man. Well, you know, I came into the truth as a young man, you know what I'm saying, both spiritually and physically, you know what I'm saying, Washington, D.C. Came into the truth back in 2010, you know what I'm saying. I found the truth at a time in my life when I was just really searching for some direction, searching for who I was.
Right.
By worldly standards, man, I had accomplished a lot. You know what I'm saying? Didn't go to college, but I got involved in the career program. You know what I'm saying? I was close to being at the precipice of graduating and being set for the rest of my life. But I was in a very dark place in terms of having all of the money and the accomplishments and the symbolic wealth. I had a nice car, I had a crib, nice clothes, women on my arm, in the club on the weekends, popping bottles and doing it big. But I was absolutely miserable and depressed. And being at that place in my life at such a young age and feeling like, damn, there's nothing for the rest of my life because I've accomplished getting money was really dark for me, man. Right. And I prayed to the Most High and asked him to show me what was I put on this earth to do, because I knew it was more than just chasing after a check. And I started on a journey, man, that led me to finding the truth. Found the truth down on 7th and H in Washington, D.C. Brothers out there speaking on the corner. Got a flyer, came to class, and all the questions that I ever had about anything, they were able to show me the answers in the Bible. Wasn't no pamphlet, wasn't no book I had to buy. It was just opening up the Bible and breaking down the scriptures. So I came into the school in D.C. and at that time we were needing men. Right. But at the time the Lord had blessed the work of the men who was in D.C. for so long. About 9 or 10 of us came in at one time. And from those 9 or 10 of us coming in, this camp was built up. At the time Philadelphia was going through a man's shortage. They needed brothers. Well, I'm young, don't have any children, didn't have a wife at the time, and I can move around. I got some freedom. I guess I'm going to Philly. So I moved to Philly to help build the camp and support things out there. Ended up, you know what I'm saying, like things happen for you when you serve the Lord. Got a good situation out there in Philly. Roof over my head, clothes on my back, food on the table, money in my pocket. And so I toiled in Philly for many years, breaking ground and building the truth. In that time while I was in Philly, I was able to gain the strength and the foundation that I needed in order to be able to allow the Lord to use me to do bigger and better things. And so it was a couple Passovers ago. We hit the 56th annual Passover that was here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I want to say it was 2 Passovers ago, I believe, in Houston, Texas. where I saw brothers who I had sat in councils with for many years, who were in other cities by themselves, who were giving reports about teaching classes at the library or handing out flyers. But for many years, it seemed like it was just them.
Right.
And I imagine their struggle and how difficult it was for them. I saw those men now with 20 soldiers and their families, their wives and their children. I saw these brothers with men presenting themselves for Hebrew Academy, men getting anointed with oil and getting raised up to be priests and servants of the Most High. And I said, well, damn, if those brothers can do it, surely I can. These brothers didn't have the time that I had in close proximity to the generals. These brothers didn't come up under the tutelage that I came up with Captain Shock in D.C., Captain Tazaria, Captain Tal War in Philadelphia. Surely if they're able to accomplish this, the Lord could use me to do the same. At that time, I wasn't sure if it was pride, wasn't sure if it was the right spirit I was in, that I was, shit, they can go get some niggas, I want to get some niggas. So I went and got counsel on it. And the council told me, listen, if this is what the Lord meant for you to do, you got to go do it. You know what I'm saying? You know, you've been trained, you know the right way to do it, so make a move. So I went and inquired of what was required for me to be able to get permission to go and break ground in the new city. They told me to make a case for it. Show us why it's necessary for you to leave your position here and go elsewhere. And so I went and searched for a city where brothers, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians needed guidance, needed leadership, needed the righteousness of the men of the Lord to help them out of their darkness. And the Lord showed me Memphis. I went and took a trip on a recon mission to Memphis and spent a few weeks. And Memphis reminded me a lot of Washington, D.C. when I grew up. It's a city that was predominantly black, a city that was full of intelligent and gifted brothers and sisters, but it's a small city. Meaning everything is so close together and everybody knows everybody. And in a place like that, it's kind of hard for you to be great when everybody else that's not able to be great don't want to see you to be great. But I encountered some really some beautiful people, and it reminded me of the city. And I said, listen, if the Lord could have done what he did in D.C. with brothers like me at the time he did it, surely the Lord can do something amazing in Memphis, Tennessee. And so I asked permission at the time. I had all my logistics straightened away, place to stay, money in my pocket, job, income. As soon as I moved down to Memphis, Tennessee, here come COVID. Shut everything down, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. So I'm rambling a little bit, but that was my journey from starting out in the troops to ending up in Memphis, Tennessee.
You too wild, sir. So if I could, all right, so could you talk more about the tutelage of Washington, D.C. and how it was growing up in Washington, D.C. back in those times?
Man, okay, so D.C. is a city full of a lot of proud niggas, man. When I say proud niggas, meaning we always was taught to stand on our own two. You got to get it out the mud, man. Everybody gonna take care of you like you gonna take care of yourself. And so when it comes to struggling and it comes to difficulties, we kind of carry it like a badge of honor. So I'm a nigga, man. I'm in the grind. I'm trying to get it out the mud. And so when you face hardship and difficulties, you don't go to anybody and say, man, I'm going through it. You don't talk to anybody about your struggles. You say, I'm a man. You beat yourself on the chest and you try to power through it. Well, when you come into the I.S.U.P.K, this is a place where you have to be a real man. And that means if you're struggling, brother, you gotta get some help. This is a place where no man is an individual, even though we're all walking a path that requires us to go it alone. We're together in that journey. So in the I.S.U.P.K, if you don't get counsel, if you don't get help, if you don't go to the men who are above you, who are in the positions that help you when you need help, then you're not gonna make it. And so coming into the school in D.C, they absolutely, in my opinion, did everything they could to really force us to make a decision. You're gonna choose your life in the world, or you're gonna choose to learn the culture of the Most High and become the man he called you to be. And so they was hard on us, man. And coming from DC, being a nigga that think you know everything and thinking you don't need nobody, that challenged us to have to be able to acknowledge that, man, y'all can't get rid of me. Y'all can't run me out of here. Y'all can't push me away because I need y'all niggas. And I thank the Lord for that, because it allowed me to lose that pride, foolish pride. It allowed me to really acknowledge the necessity of brotherhood and the necessity of being led and guided on the path of righteousness, because how you gonna walk a path that you have no frame of reference to understand how to travel? You're gonna need counsel, you're gonna need help, you're gonna need someone to call or to answer the phone when you call in your darkest moments, and that's what was provided for us in that DC school.
Okay, if I could, sir, could you tell the story about when everybody was getting double cheeseburgers?
Listen, that's again, part of coming up in the DC school, man. At that time, The school was a few of us in that DC school, but like I said, a lot of us came in at once. So we used to travel to go to camp in DC and go to camp in Baltimore. And it's about 12 brothers, 13 brothers in an 8-passenger van. We squeeze in there, we do our thing, right? But then at the end of camp, we would all break bread together. We would eat together. And part of us breaking bread together meant that we went to, where it was easy to get food, right? Might have been McDonald's, might have been Wendy's. And at that time, it would just say, hey, everybody pay their camp fund, we're gonna break bread. But at that time, I don't really eat red meat. And if I get a McChicken, I like tomatoes and cheese on my McChicken. I don't want just no regular ass McChicken. So we all put our bread together to break bread. But I asked for a special request. Salaki, sir, can I get a tomato and this on my chicken? Nah, we all eat the same. Salaki, sir, I don't really eat burgers, you know what I'm saying? Can I get 2 chickens? Listen, we all eat the same. But I'm calling myself, you know what I'm saying, outsmarting the system. I would put my camp fund in, let everybody get their food. But I'm gonna go order me a double cheeseburger anyway with tomatoes and lettuce. I'm gonna get me a McChicken with cheese and tomatoes out of my own money. This ain't separate from the money we put together.
Right.
I bought this.
Right.
Brother, the check-ins I got was really made me understand the disrespect and not suffering with your brothers. Who the hell are you, nigga, that you can't eat a double cheeseburger with me? Who the fuck is you that you can't eat a McChicken without all the fixings? Nigga, you can't just eat with your brothers? Goddamn, you think we all don't want cheese and tomatoes on our McChickens? But then what if everybody had to get cheese and tomatoes on our McChickens? Is there enough money for everybody to get cheese and tomatoes on their McChickens?
Right.
And at that time, the answer was no. And so I had to learn to not be such a selfish, greedy motherfucker. Excuse my language.
No, this not
TV, no bitch
sir.
ass nigga. I don't. The fuck wrong with you?
Right.
Eat what the fuck we eating. Nigga might care what you don't like to eat or what you used to eating.
Right.
It ain't about what the fuck you like and what you used to eating. Nigga, eat what we eat or don't eat at all.
Right.
I learned to eat what everybody else ate, and I learned to understand the value of partaking in what everybody else is partaking in. It ain't about if you got enough money, nigga. You think I ain't got money to buy a double cheeseburger or a Big Mac? Nigga, I'm eating because y'all eating. We eating together. And so that lesson really transformed my life because it took me out of the mindset of a nigga in the world only thinking about yourself. I'm looking at it like, well, shit, I got it, nigga. If you ain't got it, that's on you. Nigga, how we gonna go anywhere as a people with that type of mindset? How we gonna accomplish anything, nigga, if you think you doing something? When what good is you doing something when the rest of us is starving? That's the reason why we messed up as a community today. That's not what the Lord taught us. The Lord taught us to be on one accord, to be in one spirit, one body, one mind, one faith, one doctrine, and that's what the I.S.U.P.K is.
So if I could, sir, what do your name mean?
Sakawar comes from Isaiah 48:10, where the Lord said that He would try a man the way that gold is tried in a furnace.
God
you understand? Meaning that you have to take you want a metal to be precious, you have to purify it. And the way you purify metal is you put it in a boiling, melting fire, and you boil that metal down to its base elements. And all the things that are impure in that metal bubbles to the top. You scrape it off, and what you have left is a metal that is pure. But the Lord said He was going to try us in the furnace of affliction. And my name in Hebrew means in the furnace. Sakawar means in the furnace. And the story of my life, brother, is that the Lord has always put me through excruciating tests in order for me to become better. And this is my life before the truth. It's been my life since the truth, and it'll be my life until the Lord sees fit to call me home. And I'm thankful for that, because being given that name and being given the understanding of my mission and my purpose in life has allowed me to endure anything that's been thrown my way. Because I have the knowledge that this is not meant to destroy me. This is not meant to break me or weaken me. This is to make me more pure. And that's helped me endure all of my struggles and all of my battles, which have been many, by the way. But a lot of brothers, I want for brothers and sisters to understand, the Bible says that when you come to serve the Most High, you come to be tried. You come to be tempted. You understand? This is a life of making you to be who God called you to be. And as a father, the Most High has called us to be great. He's called us to be amazing. He's called us to be golden. And if you're going to go from being a nigga from uptown to being golden, you're going to have to go through the fire. And I'm thankful for that, man.
So if I could, so when you was a trooper, right? We always talk about putting your brick in. You gotta put your brick in. And I know you couldn't imagine being Captain 10,000 one day. You know what I mean? What was your motivation to putting that brick in? Like, what would you do to ensure that your brick was put in?
Well, here's the thing, and that's an amazing question. I came into the truth because I didn't have anything else in life. So I didn't come into the truth thinking about no captain of 10,000 or thinking about any rank. Actually, when I first came into the truth, I didn't understand the concept of rank, or the concept of being over a man. When I came to the truth, I came to serve the Lord. And so anything that was required of me, I looked at it as though the Lord required it of me. I came in here needing to find myself, needing to be made whole. So whatever these niggas asked me to do, I'm gonna do it because I'm trying to be whole. I never looked at it like I'm taking orders from a brother or a man is telling me to do something. I looked at it like these men have the gift of righteousness, and if I want it, I got to do whatever they tell me to do.
Right.
So when I learned about, being an officer and having men over you, because when everybody knows when you come to the truth, you at the bottom. You the trooper. You the brother that's carrying the crates and reading the scriptures, and you the brother cleaning up the school. And so, hey, if that's all I got to do to learn to be righteous, nigga, I'm cleaning this class. I'm carrying these books, nigga. I can speak loud as I can on that corner if it means that I get to serve the Lord. And so when other brothers started to come in after us and behind us, then you started to understand that everything that you were shown and that you were taught, you now responsible to teach it to this man.
Right.
Because if he doesn't learn the lessons you were taught, then you're failing him.
Right.
So my indoctrination into understanding rank was, you have a responsibility to the next man to give them what the Lord gave you. And that's how I view rank. And even my life before the truth, being in the streets, I always was a one of one. You know what I'm saying? I grew up, cats will tell you, I tell this all the time, I never was a street nigga, but I was in the streets. I was an intelligent schoolboy ass nigga. I spoke really good English, spoke real well, enunciated all my words, so much so that when I moved uptown from Maryland, niggas used to be like, you talk white. I used to be like, nigga, talk white because I speak good English. The kind of goofy shit is you on, nigga? Only white people speak good English.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when I had friends, when we came of age and we started to go through the things that young black men go through in the streets, my brother starting to, hustle and wanting to get money and have nice things and encountering beef and issues with niggas, I strayed away from it because I knew I wasn't built for no jail time. I wasn't built for giving up my freedom or giving away years of my life to something that really to me was stupid. And I had a lot of friends who respected me because when they was ready to go do some gangster shit, I was ready to say, all right, man, well, I'm gonna holler at y'all. I'm gonna get up with y'all later. You know what I'm saying? When niggas was ready to go ride, hey, man, I'm about to be in the crib on the Madden, bro. Y'all let me know when y'all get done with that. And I never got tried or tested. Nobody ever said, oh, nigga, you a bitch. I don't understand what that's like because I always was confident in just being myself. And so when I came into the truth, I maintained that. It's like, okay, we got to follow orders, nigga, follow orders. Nigga tell you what to do it. It never was like, oh, I got to follow orders or why some nigga trying to tell me what to do. I never looked at it that way. And so when it came my time to be the one giving the orders and telling brothers what they needed to do, I looked at it like it's my responsibility to help this brother learn what's going to be required of him in order to walk this path. And so, yeah, man, it came about because the Lord chose me to serve him. And through serving him, I've been given the responsibility to serve the men who also come to serve the Lord.
Now, I'm sure, okay, most people that speak about like a trooper story, a story when they came in and they got like some kind of test as a trooper. Can you name one of them tests you had as a trooper?
I tell you the test that we had as a trooper, and I just spoke with Captain Card about this. And you know what I'm saying? Me and Captain Card came in the troop at the same time. And me and Captain Card have many brothers will tell you that there's men who came into the troop with them that there's a bond that you can't really speak about. You know what I'm saying? But that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Me and Captain Card is like that. We came into the truth coming from the same type of background, but from different places. You know what I'm saying? And when we hit the truth, we knew this was it for us. But I remember one day in Baltimore after camp, we took a picture. It was before our first Passover. And General Katham, at the time he was Captain Katham, told us, he said, listen, I want you brothers to remember this picture. Because years from now, we're going to look back at this picture and not everybody's going to be here. And that's just the nature of this life. That's just the nature of being in the truth. Not everybody is meant to last the race. This is a marathon, it's not a sprint, and there's going to be things that's going to happen to you, brothers, that are going to try your faith and test your strength in the Lord. And I remember after that, man, it was a real serious talk, like on some, if you know Captain General Katham,
come on.
This ain't no joke.
Right.
Fucking playing, I'm not saying y'all some shit that ain't real. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gonna see who's a real nigga, you know what I'm saying? And I remember on the van, because we used to pile in that van, 13 and 8 passenger van. We riding back home from Baltimore. And I remember sitting in the seat next to Captain Card. We just riding, right? We bumping in, you know what I'm saying, in the van, bouncing back and forth. And I looked over at him and shit. He looked over at me. And I said, shit, nigga, I'm be here. I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? He looked at me, he said, shit, nigga, I ain't going nowhere neither. I said, all right, the nigga's gonna be me and you.
Right.
We dapped up on that shit and we laughed about it. Here we are. It's
That's
me and Captain
crazy.
Card, you know what I'm saying? And other brothers, they still here, you know what I'm saying? Everybody go through their tests and their trials in life, but nigga, me and a card, nigga, you going nowhere. Fuck, nigga. We were Commanding General YAHANNA to the end because the Lord brought us into the truth under Commanding General YAHANNA. And what these men have done for us, brother, I couldn't trade it for the world.
Most
You
high
understand?
crazy.
So, yeah, that's my trooper story, niggas.
Most
General
high
Kukam
crazy.
said niggas wasn't gonna be here. And nigga, 13 years later, I'm still here.
Most high
Me and
crazy,
Carl
son.
was just
Shout out to
sitting
you,
niggas said,
son.
nigga, still here.
Most
And
high
that's me and Captain Cobb, man, like, I love
Big
that
shout out
brother,
Captain
man.
Cobb.
Couldn't
Big
nobody,
shout out
you know what I'm
to
saying?
Cobb.
Like, nigga, we here. Fuck that shit, nigga. We ain't got nothing else.
Right.
That's a beautiful thing. But that's my trooper story because, and that's also stories like that. It was what DC was. That was the spirit of DC. We ain't gonna be sad when you gone, nigga. We ain't gonna cry. We ain't gonna think twice about it because we know what the Lord business is all about. The Lord business ain't for everybody to last. Some brothers is here to carry them boxes for a few months. Some brothers is here to go and speak on the street for a little while and then life hit them and then they find a reason to do something else. But there's some men, nigga, you ain't got nothing else. And the Lord gonna show us who's them niggas.
Right.
And over the years, man, we took it in stride. 'Cause
Right.
every step of the way, I ain't going nowhere. I don't know what they think, nigga. I'm
Right.
finna take this check and I'm finna come and do what I gotta do because I ain't got nothing else to run to, man.
Right, Con. All right, so if I could, sir, could you speak about like dealing with the adversity and still remaining 10 toes down in this truth?
But it's the thing, man. Life is gonna be life. You can't get away from life. And niggas don't realize that whatever you think is going to get better when you go back out there in the world, you still got to deal with life. Life is full of ups and downs, peaks and valleys. It's the point of it. How would you appreciate the sunshine if you never had a rainy day? How would you be able to appreciate the warmth if, you know what I'm saying, you never felt the cold? How could you appreciate the sunshine if you never saw darkness? Well, in life, you got to go with the ups and the downs. You got to roll with the punches. And you got to find a medium ground to plant your feet.
Right.
And that's with the truth or without the truth.
Right.
I had experienced those peaks and valleys when I was in the world. And so when I came into the truth, I just knew that they came with life. So when the valleys come, I remember I was just up. I was just doing it big. Nigga, I just had everything. Bills was paid. Everything was straight. So then when the time comes when I'm down, man, I'll be back up again. Then when I'm up and I'm riding high and the tax money just hit and we got vacations and trips and we planning to do this and that, I just caught me a nice little ring, just got me a garment made. I remember, nigga, I was just down bad 2 months ago. Wasn't sure how I was gonna pay the fucking rent. I'm bartering with the electrician and the gas and the gas man on who's gonna get their bills paid when. But now look at me, I'm up against what I gotta prepare myself for being at the bottom. And that's how I maintain balance in my life because, nigga, that's life. You never get too high to never be down again, and you never get down so low that you can't never rise. And that's been how I've been doing it, with that mindset that life gonna do what it's gonna do.
Right.
The question, the only variable is how you react to it.
Right.
And the truth taught me how to react with logic and with faith,
Right.
and with discipline and with trusting in the Lord.
All right, sir. If I could, sir, how do you define brotherhood?
How would I define brotherhood? In my experience, brotherhood is being willing to give your brother what you don't have. You understand? Or what you can't go without. If you have, it's like, you know, I've been blessed in my time since I've been into the truth. So I've never, had a roof over my head, or never been able to eat, or never, wasn't able to, clothe myself. Brotherhood is me giving that to another brother if it means I have to go without. Brotherhood is giving a man the thing that I know I could not go without. But if I have it and he doesn't, then he has to have it and I need to go without it. That's brotherhood. And in my time in the truth, that's what I thank the Lord. He's allowed me to be able to exhibit or display or to manifest. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has allowed me to be able to be a brother that can make sure that my brothers needed what they had to have, even if it meant I had to go without it.
That's heavy, sir. That's heavy. All right, man. If I could, Adawan, you got anything else you want to tell the people out there? Our 2 subscribers, our 3 followers out there?
Listen, first of all, it's more like 300. The brother is modest as hell, underselling himself. You know what I'm saying? What this brother Knock is doing, man, is an amazingly necessary treasure for our nation. As we rise and as we build in these times that we're in, it is these chronicles and these interviews that are going to continue to give brothers and sisters the strength and the fortitude to stand on their feet and become the men and the women that God called them to be. I would just like to say, for any brother or sister that's out there on the fence or that's struggling or that's going through it, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge is the place on the earth where you can find a sanctuary, where you can be helped and assisted and guided towards healing and understanding and finding who it is that God called you to be. But it ain't gonna be easy. Nothing worth having in life comes without a battle, comes without a fight. And if you are not fighting, then you are being overcome. But the Lord called us to be warriors. He called us to be soldiers. He called us to overcome. And so I'm thankful to the Most High for allowing me to come into the school and to learn from these men how to fight. That is what you are missing in your life. That is why you are going through the things that you're going through. That is why you are being overcome by depression. It's why you're being overcome by anxiety. It's why you're being overcome by your addiction. It's why you're being overcome by your poverty and your loneliness and your lack of trust in other people, because you are not fighting. But guess what? The beautiful thing about the Lord is He didn't call you to fight alone. He gave you brothers. He gave you sisters. He gave you a place where you could come and be weak and then learn to be strong. That's what the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge is, under Commandant General YAHANNA since 1969, out of 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York. And it will never change until our King, Yahawashi, who the world calls Jesus Christ, returns. And with that, Priest and Captain Sakawar, man, the I.S.U.P.K out of Memphis, Tennessee, live on NOC TV.
What's that crazy, man? What's that crazy?
So we gotta represent for the culture. Niggas coming out here with all this funny color hair, skinny jeans and shit. Fuck that, nigga. We taking it back to the fringes. Motherfucking Spikes, nigga, representing for the Hebrews. You know what I'm saying? Angry Black Man Media, nigga. We getting it there. We bringing that real shit black.
I match my guns with the sneaks. That's my fashion week. Go ask the streets. Dog, we got massive beef. We pass elite. Play this on blast, repeat. Let it go worldwide, let the masses peep. I don't care if she thick or her ass petite. She want war with the D, she a casualty. Long as she don't got no limits like I'm Master P. Fucking bitches! Dick style! No, do that shit over again.
You know I'm squeezing on triggers, my bullets hitting you won't heal it with stitches. You don't want that, you don't wanna get your skull cracked. Better tighten up when a nigga tell you fall back. Titties on the drum, you a sucker, give you all that. When you stand tall at, that's where you gon' fall at.